There we go. Him both at the same time. Good, we're good. Hello. I've been listening to Blue Oyster Cult all day because they're good. Yeah. My taste in music is very good. Go check out my taste in music. I have some questions I'm gonna answer because I found I haven't read any of these yet because I thought, oh, it says weird questions asked. Read the first one and it's a very weird question that I can answer. Um, so these are weird questions to ask yourself. We'll go through them and I'll answer them as educationally as I can. I don't know how educational I can be, but we'll try. I'm going to answer them in a very professional, educational manner. That's how I decide I'm going to approach this, because they are weird questions to ask yourself, and by scanning over the first few, they appear to be not related to personal opinion, they appear to be actual questions. So, let's go. The first question is... Sorry, here we go. If a cow laughed, would milk come out her nose? I have to say no. It won't, because the milk comes out of the udder, which I don't know where the milk's stored, but it comes out of the udder, so I don't think it will go up the cow and come out the nose. I don't think that's anatomically possible, so the answer is no. And if olive oil comes from olives, where does baby oil come from? That's a good question. I think, well, okay. I think baby oil comes from almonds, you know, the nuts. And yeah, so I think baby oil's, nuts or almonds. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, it's nut related. And you can't really compare olive oil and baby oil because they're not really the same kind of oils used for the same purpose. So, yeah. Great, next. After eating, do amphibians need to wait an hour before getting out of the water? Out is capitalised. No, because humans don't need to even wait before getting in the water, because that's a myth that is perpetrated by someone on the internet. So humans do not need to wait to get in water. And I would assume amphibians do not need to wait either, because it does nothing, it changes nothing. Stupid question. These are not weird, they're stupid. Well, they are weird and stupid. Yes. Okay, thank you. Good. Tea's ready. I'm sorry. Why don't they just make mouse flavored cat food? How would they make mouse flavored cat food, and why would they? If you're sending someone some, do cats really like eating mice? They like chasing them. I don't think they like eating them a lot. I think they like chasing them because they're fast moving objects and they like playing with, flies or whatever, I don't think they like eating them. So that would be why. If you're sending someone some styrofoam, what do you pack it in? You would pack it in a box. You'd tape up the... Okay, why would you send someone styrofoam to begin with? But if you were, you just wrap it up in a box, get in a cardboard box, put the styrofoam in. It doesn't need anything because it's not... They use styrofoam for, objects that need to be protected while traveling. Styrofoam does not need it, so that's a stupid question. Why do they sterilize needles for lethal injections? Now, my assumption here is that, because if they were to, because the person on death row has been sentenced to lethal injection, so if they were to not sterilize the needle and inject it, and the person were to die of an infection, so if the coroner said, oh, he died of an infection, not lethal injection, then the prison would be liable for that death and would be sued for that death. Or if they get off death row and they later die of an infection, then the prison will be liable. So they sterilise them so the prisoner doesn't die of an infection of any kind, and they die of the lethal injection so that it's all legal, because death is legal. Right. Do they have reserved parking for non-handicapped people at the Special Olympics? No, they don't, because... No, don't be ridiculous. When a man talks dirty to a woman, it's sexual harassment. When a woman talks dirty to a man, it's $3.95 per minute. I'm assuming that it's referring to phone sex. I'm sure there's male sex workers you can call, which would cost the same amount if it is really that much. That is a very hefty price. But if women do talk dirty, as this question says, this is a statement, yeah, so women would talk dirty to men, it would still be sexual harassment, so Your logic there is not correct. If it's tourist season, why can't we shoot them? Because season is being used in a different sense of the word, different definition. So that would be why. Whose cruel idea was it for the word lisp to have an S in it? That's actually a good question. It's the only legitimately good question we've had so far. Since light travels faster than sound, is that why some people appear bright until you hear them speak? I'm not going to dignify that with a response. If it's 0 degrees outside today and it's supposed to be twice as cold tomorrow, how cold is it going to be? It would be, well, let's see, let's do the math. If I have 0 and I times it by 2, I have 0 still, because anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So if it's 0 degrees and that gets, it's twice as cold, it's still 0. But anyway, it's more likely to be around 1 because it's going to be very hard to have temperature exactly 0. So it would be closer to 1 than 0 if you were to twice it or multiply by 2. Why do you press harder on your remote control when you know the battery is dead? Anyone who does that is a complete idiot. I would say if they're pressing it harder, they're assuming it's not working properly. If they knew the batteries were dead, they'd probably change them rather than try to use a control that is dead. Since Americans throw rice at weddings, do Asians throw hamburgers? That is racist, and the answer is no.
Brody,
Yes?
open your door.
Thank you. Interrupted with tea. Yeah, sorry. I was interrupted twice about tea. I was going to get after I finished, but no. Okay, sorry, let me get back in frame. Ooh. I can't see the webcam again because I'm on the screen. I could actually have it half and half, couldn't I? We could do that. Hello, hi, I can see myself now. Sorry, where were we? Why are they called buildings when they're already finished? Shouldn't they be called built? No, because buildings is being used as a noun in that case, not a verb. Fun fact. Why are they called apartments when they're all stuck together? Okay, he's thinking, oh, they're called apartments. You know, but they're actually called apartments because they're a part of one tenement building. And we add the meant to make it a noun. So, yeah, so it's apartments, not apartments. It's apartments. They're apart from each other. How come abbreviated is such a long word? Because the Latin is brevis, and I think it's brevis, something like brevis, brevet, something like that, and because abbreviation is brevis means to shorten, or brevet, or whatever it is, means to shorten, and that is a verb. So we make it a noun by ending "tion." So it's an abbreviation. That is why it's so big. Why is a carrot more orange than orange? That's just how the world works. There's more than one colour of carrot, and oranges are just orange because of the colour orange. Just because they're called orange doesn't necessarily make them the most orange thing in the universe. When two aeroplanes almost collide, what are they called a near miss? It sounds like a near hit to me. That last bit's not a question, it's a statement, and it's called a near miss because near in this case is an adjective, and miss is a noun in near miss. So near is an adjective describing the noun. So it's a near miss because, yeah, I can't really explain it better than that. Yeah. And we'll do this last one because, you know, it's taken me 8 minutes to do this. Why are there 5 syllables in the word monosyllabic? Monosyllabic. Mono means one, and syllabic means, you know, split into smaller sounds. So please tell me what your 1 syllable word for monosyllabic would be. Yes?
Done with the game.
Okay, I'll get in a minute. Third interruption. I'll stop it there. Goodbye. Oh, I missed the stop button.